is tomorrow, and the Ravens play tomorrow. Let us know down below who you have scoring the first touchdown in tomorrow's game. So much to talk about on this episode of the Purple Rain podcast.
Uh-oh. Gotta get Alex back in here.
There we are. There we
There we
are.
go.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Episode 355 of the Purple Rain podcast. The Purple winning podcast with a 5-game winning streak for these Baltimore Ravens. Your first place in the AFC North Baltimore Ravens. Put some respect on their name. Hopefully they make it 6 wins come tomorrow. Like I said, 355, Jamie Sharper episode, but that Terrell Suggs, T-Sizzle episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Preview episode of the Bengals game tomorrow. First off, the housekeeping. You can follow us on Instagram here at the Purple Rain Podcast. This guy over here on Instagram or on X at Sutton Def. Me, Instagram simply as10.prod, X simply as10. And yeah, big game tomorrow, Thursday night, 8:20 on Thanksgiving. We are the final game of the Thanksgiving slate. So before we get into it, I want to ask you how you're feeling. Happy early Thanksgiving. I know we'll all be enjoying that tomorrow and hopefully enjoying it a little bit more with a Ravens win.
Absolutely. Feeling good, Alex. Feeling thankful, right? Feeling thankful on this Thanksgiving Eve here, or whenever you might be listening to this on this Thanksgiving. Again, a big happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays here from us here at the Purple Rain podcast. And you mentioned the Thursday slate of NFL games. It's a good one. It's a good one. The best one I've seen probably in a few years. I mean, you've got a lot of teams contending for playoff spots. You've got, of course, kicking it off at 1 o'clock Eastern time, noon here where I am in Texas. You've got the Lions and the Packers. That one should be a classic, right? I mean, both of those teams are fighting for position in their division. And then you've got the Cowboys and the Chiefs, two totally different conferences, but they're in the same position, right? They have to win each game if they want to secure themselves a playoff spot. The Chiefs coming off of a big come-from-behind win against the Colts, and then you had the Cowboys having a big come-from-behind win against the Eagles as well. So both teams are flying high. And then, of course, the Thursday night game, you've got the Bengals coming to Baltimore, coming to the bank, right, to take on this Ravens team, man. I cannot wait. I'm going to be, and hopefully you guys as well are nice and fat and happy. If you drink, do what you do. If you smoke, do what you do. Whatever vices you got, make sure you are in front of a television set by 8:20 p.m. or whenever that that game kicks off, because it's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one. Joe Burrow is back. I know we're not a Bengals podcast, but it makes it all the more entertaining for me, at least. But before we get into our preview here today, we do want to give a shout out to our members who are here in the chat. What's going on, Tila, in the chat? What's going on, Tila? Tila says, she's giving out hearts here. Shout out to you, Tila. Appreciate you. She says, happy Thanksgiving Eve. Kwame says, thankful for cornbread. And Tila M says, are you going to eat your cornbread? And this is like an insider joke. Yesterday on Sip to Tally's channel, we were talking about start, bench, cut for Thanksgiving foods. And I said I was cutting cornbread, and I stand by that. So anybody listening right now, I know if you're from down south, if you're from wherever, I do not like cornbread. Why does corn need to be a part of bread? Wait a minute, Alex, are you a fan of cornbread?
I am.
Oh, no, see, they're going to kill me now. They're really going to kill me now.
I am.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, I'm sorry, ribs and cornbread is low-key like an underrated duo. Oh, I love it. I freaking love that duo, man. I'm sorry. I love it a lot. I can eat it by myself.
Ribs
oh my
and
goodness.
corn. Oh my gosh, bro. We are on two totally different sides of the aisle on this one. I'm not a fan at all. Like I said, they're going to kill me now. Tila says I'm a hater in the chat.
New money. New money's on your side. He's rocking with you. You have one person, though.
Okay.
At least you aren't alone.
Okay. I see you, New Money. I think that's ISO. I want to say that's ISO, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to you. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it. And also, let's just get it out of the way really quick. What Thanksgiving foods do you not like, Alex?
I don't like cranberry sauce. That's not my biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm not the picky guy where my food can touch, but bro, I'm not trying to have cranberry sauce and everything else.
Yeah.
No, that's not
No.
happening. Everything else is good, I'd say. Um, I'm taking turkey over ham any day of the week for sure.
I gotta disagree. I gotta disagree.
Okay.
I said I'm starting ham because it's start bench cut, right? I'm starting ham.
Mhm.
I'm benching turkey. Doesn't mean I don't like turkey. It just means
Mm,
after the first plate, you're probably gonna go to the bench, right? My second plate is gonna be
mm.
ham. That's gonna be my main protein. Maybe some collard greens, whatever. And then maybe on the late night, right? Late night garbage time, Thanksgiving, right? Garbage time, late night, right? You want that plate right before bed. Then I might sneak in another helping of the turkey. That you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna bench the turkey, but it is still good. It's a staple of Thanksgiving, of course. But let me see. How do you feel about stuffing?
I do like stuffing a lot. Actually, I
Oh my
think it was
gosh,
2019.
gross.
My boy Oz, I got him to his family's Thanksgiving night. The first time I tried greens, and they were very, very good. He invited me over, and his mother, God bless her, put it on my plate. I didn't know what it was. Changed my life. I'll be honest with you.
Wait, what was
Changed my
it?
life.
Stuffing?
No, it was the greens.
Oh, was it collard greens?
I went to my boys. Yeah, and his mom made it was insane.
Is
She
your
isn't white, by the way, so that's how I knew it was good. I'll be honest. I
you
wasn't.
said she
It
isn't
was.
white?
She isn't white. No, no.
Oh, okay. See, I kind of figured. You know, when you talk about
Yeah,
collard greens, that is a black thing for sure. I love me some
yeah.
collard greens. I just love vegetables
I got
overall.
invite. I had to try. I had to try it. It was very good.
Yeah, yeah. Chef Spicy Rice, I see in the chat says turkey plus gravy with the apple cider. Okay, okay.
Is it
Ooh.
spiked apple cider?
Hey man, you guys are getting creative on Thanksgiving. I love it. I love it. All right, so look, enough about the Thanksgiving, the food talk. I'm already getting hungry, man. Full disclosure, I just bought my turkey this morning. It's still thawing out in the sink right now. If you got any tips for me to expedite the process, please help me because I don't know if I just don't know if it's going to be ready by dinner time. I don't know. Sam, giving a shout out, says, let's keep the energy going. Simply AS10. What's that about? What's that about? Simply?
It's about Arsenal. When I think Sam might have been there at the game in London, low key. He may have been at the
Mm,
game, and if he was, it means it is 11:51 across the pond, and Sam went from a big soccer game, probably biggest one in Europe, to coming
mm,
home to watch us. That means a lot. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate you.
mm.
And
Yeah, yeah.
tomorrow,
Shout
by the
out to Sam.
way, it's
Go ahead.
1 or 2 a.m. for him tomorrow. I know he'll be watching.
Uh-oh. I think you're
That's Sam's right
muted,
there, man.
Alex. Did it like
We good?
kick you
We
out
good?
for a second? No, I still can't hear. Still can't hear you.
All good.
Uh-oh. That's weird. That's really weird. There we go. I can hear you now.
Here we go. Good. 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 Cool.
What were you saying though?
I was saying just tomorrow when it kicks off 8:20 here, it's gonna be like 1
Mm.
or 2 a.m. overseas, and they'll be watching. The UK
That's
flock will be
dedication
with
right
us.
there. That's dedication right there. We shout out to you. Shout
Yeah.
out to you. But okay, again, enough with the Thanksgiving talk. We're here to talk about Ravens versus Bengals, Week 13. It's crazy to still think that the Ravens are only one game above 500. But hey, look, what's the theme of this episode? Thankful, right? We're thankful that the Ravens are over 500. Even if it's in Week 13, it's only one game over 500. We're thankful for that. But we got a preview to get into today, Alex, and you know, we always start off the preview episode with the I word report. So, Alex, do you have the I word report for this Ravens versus Bengals game? I know there's some interesting stuff, some interesting developments coming out of that. So, let me know what's going on, man.
Yeah, I have it for the Ravens. So whenever we're ready, I mean, it's really good news for the Ravens, I'd say. So no injury. Oh, no I word designations
Mm-hmm.
for Lamar, Hamilton, Bateman. Those guys will be
Mm,
suited up tomorrow. They'll be lined up. Our only two guys out right now are Taven Bryan and Justice Hill. Who Justice Hill just came up on Thursday with a word popped up on the I word report, and then Taven Bryan, he's expected to go on the short term. So that we're looking good. Stanley was limited today, but I have every reason to believe that's kind of a vet deal. But as for Lamar, like he's obviously not 100%, but he practiced full, which is good news. So what his limitations are, but we just want to give this game and win it. So
yeah.
thankfully, we get Bateman back is big, I'd say. We were missing him last week, I think, with some timing throws. Not sure how big of an impact he'll have, but never hurts to have another weapon healthy for our MVP quarterback.
Yeah, he'll have probably around, I would say, 2 to maybe 3 catches, in the intermediate. He might have a touchdown. You might see a Bateman touchdown tomorrow. We'll get into our bold predictions later in our, of course, our Purple Rain parlay for the Ravens game. So make sure you stick around for that part of the show. But yeah, no, it's encouraging to see Lamar Jackson, full practice, like you said. Bateman, full practice. Kyle Hamilton, that's the biggest one to me. Kyle Hamilton, a full practice after he looked like he was going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks when he was down on the field last week. Comes back in, 2 plays later or something crazy like that, and to see that he's practicing in full, there's just no way you can convince me, because it's either one or two things. It's either that he's got like adamantium in his body, right, or like some sort of super serum, or he's just playing very, very hurt and he's just tough as nails, man. That's the
Hmm.
only two explanations, right? And it's probably the latter, of course, because as we know, adamantium is fictional, super serum's fictional, all that stuff. But listen, man, shout out to Kyle Hamilton. He's an absolute warrior, absolute dog. I think he
Trooper.
joked today. He was joking around with the media today. He was saying that, like, he's gonna put on some more weight in the offseason and try to come back as an edge rusher. And I thought that was kind of funny, but kind of piqued my interest a little bit. And then he was like, what did he say? He was like, oh yeah, his dream is to play a snap at wide receiver. And I thought about it and I was like, with his ball hawking capabilities, that might not, I mean, his hands aren't the greatest, but with his ball hawking capabilities, that might not be a bad look either. And I say all this to say, Kyle Hamilton is a absolute unicorn. He's a jack of all trades. He can do anything on the football field. So shout out to Kyle Hamilton. Glad to have him back in the fold for this game in week 13. So that is the I Word report. And let's go ahead and get into our preview here. Hold on, let me
Real
bring
quick,
this
real
up.
quick. I
I
did
got
the
to share my
Bengals
screen.
real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So for the
hmm
Bengals, it's Jermaine Burton, Trey Hendrickson, T. Higgins, and Taj Brooks are all out, and Cam Sample is questionable for them, defense end. So their defense is banged up, big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Offense as well.
That's some news right there. Of course, like you said, no T. Higgins, huge, right? If the only thing that you have to worry about is bracketing Jamar Chase, I like the Ravens' chances with that. Nate Wiggins is going to be blanketing him. I can tell you that right now. I mean, I think he's going to follow him around. He's going to tell the coaches, Nate Wiggins is, he's going to say, hey, look, I want this guy on Thanksgiving. And I saw an insight earlier on Twitter. It's probably here on this NFL Pro website as well. Let me see. Jamar Chase. What about Jamar Chase? Where is it at? Where is it at? It's about Chase and the receivers that he went up against last year for the Ravens. Why can I not find it? There's so many insights for this game. It's crazy. But basically what I had saw is that Jamar Chase, against Nate Wiggins last year, didn't really do much of anything at all. Didn't do much of anything at all, right? Did you see that, Alex, or no?
I did, and when we put him on in the Thursday night game, that's when Chase was shut down. Granted,
Mm,
you had a catch or so, but I remember there was one over the middle, and there was one like I think deep. I think on the right hash. I want to say. I know he
mm,
went from twice. I think Wiggins broke them both up.
yeah, yeah. Oh, here it is. Here it is right here. Jamar Chase versus the Ravens defense. Jamar Chase had 112 total matchups against the Ravens defenders in coverage last season. Of those 112 matchups, 26 came against Brandon Stevens, who is no longer on the team, of course. Marlon Humphrey was in coverage for 16 of those matchups, while Nate Wiggins had 14. Against Marlon, Chase was targeted 5 times. He caught 3 passes for 48 yards, again, across 2 games. Uh, and Humphrey also got an interception while covering Jamar Chase. But against Nate Wiggins, who, again, 14 matchups, 14, alignments against Jamar Chase. Chase was targeted 5 times, but managed just 1 catch for 12 yards, right? So probably a chain mover there, but I mean, that's some pretty encouraging stuff to see from, Nate Wiggins, the young star corner for this Ravens, second-year corner for the Ravens. I do expect him to play a big role in this game. I expect that he's going to line up across from Jamar Chase for the majority of this one. I can just tell you that right now. I'm sure they'll probably want to throw different looks at Jamar, sure, but Same time, Nate Wiggins, I think he's going to be the primary. This is going to be the Nate Wiggins coming out party, right? I think by the end of that game, you're going to see one of those, especially if the Ravens are winning, they're going to like run a little replay reel of like during the game, like Nate Wiggins locking up Jamar Chase, kind of like they did with Brandon Stevens that one year, 2023. You guys remember Brandon Stevens was locking up Jamar Chase. I think it's Nate Wiggins' turn this year, so we'll see. But let's take a look at some of the the stats here. Take a look at the pro preview for this Bengals versus Ravens game. So, in terms of points per game, the Ravens, again, they score 25 points per game this year, which is ranked 10th in the league. The Bengals are scoring 22.5 points per game, which is ranked 18th in the league. So their offense isn't too far behind us, which is much to my chagrin as a Ravens fan. I would love us to be in that 27 to 28, 29 range. Point differential, the Bengals are in the toilet, right? 30th in the league in point differential, as the Ravens are in 14th place. So Ravens should be able to cover that -7 spread that you see there on the right side of the screen. Those are the live odds right now. The Ravens are favored by Vegas, at least by 7 points. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Record in close games this year, the Bengals are 3-3 in close games. The Ravens are 2-2. So both teams are 50% there. Average margin of victory. Again, man, Bengals dead last. I mean, when they are winning, they're winning by very, very small margins, right? So I think it's safe to say, even if the Bengals were to keep this game close and, God forbid, knock on wood, win it, the Ravens will be in it by the time the game is in the fourth quarter. So something else to think about there. Turnover differential. This was one that we looked at last week that ended up like really kind of being the story of the game, right, Alex? Because the Jets were almost dead last in turnover differential. And what do? We turned them over, what is it, 2 or 3 times? We turned them over twice, right? Or was it 3?
I think was it 3. Definitely, we had the fumble.
There's the fumble and then the TJ Tampa pick. Was there another pick? I don't think there was.
Yep, that was it. Yeah, that was. I mean, we stopped them on fourth and in our field, but that was like turnover in itself. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, pretty much. And the Ravens are sitting at 15th in the league in turnover differential at 0 right now. So they're pretty much even Stevens. Hopefully they can get into plus territory this week by turning over Burrow and the Bengals a couple times. We'll see. In terms of penalties, the Ravens are ranked 4th in the league with 63 penalties. The Bengals are ranked 3rd in the league with 61 penalties. So both teams relatively disciplined. I don't think that'll be a huge factor in this one. So we'll see. Over under for this game is 51.5. So Vegas is expecting a little bit of a shootout on Thanksgiving night. Lamar Jackson versus a fresh return from Joe Burrow. We'll see what ends up happening, right? But let's take a look at some of the matchup comparisons and where the Ravens have the advantage in this one. So if we scroll down here and we see the team overview, let's look at key advantages here. So for the Ravens defense has an advantage when against the Bengals in passing versus pressure, and long passing, short passing versus play action. But the one thing that is very interesting with this one is rushing inside the tackles. The Bengals offense ranks number 3 in the league in rushing inside the tackles, while the Ravens defense ranks 26th in the league in stopping runs inside the tackles. Alex, what can you tell me about Chase Brown and this Bengals running game?
I'll tell you this. We brought it up early before we went live that I think Taylor Decker is coming out of retirement for the Lions. Hey, Michael Pierce, do you want to come out of retirement? That's what I'm going to say. Because we are definitely missing his presence. Obviously, with Nnamdi Madubuike out, I think he could do it rushing and passing. Rushing, I mean, Michael Pierce would just swallow those guys up. And for Chase Brown, I think he's had a much better year this year than last year. I know, especially when I've played him in fantasy a couple of times. Bread and butter to me sometimes is those short dump offs he would take, but he can hit those holes. Now, is he, what we've seen, in Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery? No, but he's better than what they had, in recent years. But he does have, to me, fumbling issues. I think we saw that last year when Marlon free stripped him. I think Marlon does have that juice back. Wouldn't surprise me if he coughs one up. Go to your point about. I think one thing they will do is if it's 4th and 3 or shorter, they will go for it. I think they know that their defense is historically one of the worst ever at that. So they know they can put the defense on the field and trust them to stop us, even if our offense is looking really, really bad right now. Um, so it'd be really crucial for us to keep them in third and long and don't give up easy yards. Just like we saw like what do the Bengals have to play for? Not to go off
Yeah.
topic too much. Nothing. They're playing spoiler. So I definitely think they're going to go for the short yard situations, and you got to keep Chase Brown and he kind of have his way on certain drives, and thankfully Marlon tripped him, but he ran on the field 40 some yards on us. Carter has out the backfield. You gotta hate the bend don't break. I hate that, but it did
Yeah.
work against like the Jets. I do
Yeah.
think though the Bengals talent wise are way further ahead than the Jets, but even then you can't give a guy like Burrow second chances.
Yeah, absolutely right about that. I mean, Joe Burrow, he's going to be coming back and playing with a vengeance, right? Coming off of that turf toe I word. So we'll see what happens. But I think the main concern is, stopping the Bengals running game and really forcing Joe Burrow to throw himself, out of a deficit. Now, if we look on the other side of things, look on the other side of the aisle,
Mm-hmm.
Ravens offense versus the Bengals defense. The Ravens have an advantage in every single category. Let's go through them. So, rushing versus a light box, the Ravens rank number 4 in the league to the Bengals number 31st defense, right? Crazy. Crazy right there. Overall rushing efficiency, the Ravens rank number 5 in the league to the Bengals number 31st in the league in terms of their defense stopping the run. Design runs, the Ravens are 6th in the league to the Bengals 31st in stopping design runs. Passing versus play action. This was one that we looked at last week with the Jets as well. They were really bad defending play action passing, and so are the Bengals. Surprise, surprise. Meanwhile, the Ravens rank 6th in the league in that stat. Passing versus pressure. The Ravens rank 17th in the league to the Bengals 31st. And, passing versus pressure, I think that this is going to be probably where the Bengals are going to miss Trey Hendrickson the most, right? Because the Ravens are susceptible to pressure, right? They just have been all year. Lamar Jackson does not have the same burst, the same electricity in his legs to kind of really escape pressure. And national media is really starting to wake up to that as well. I saw Dan Orlovsky talk about that on ESPN earlier today, how Lamar Jackson just does not look the same. But as Ravens fans, we knew that. So I think that the Bengals, if I had to give a key to victory, and we're going to get into our keys to victory right now, Alex, and you kind of already gave yours, but if I had to give a key to victory for the Bengals, it's going to be to send a lot of pressure, right? And then, you have to stick with the run. If you want to make this game ugly and make it a dogfight by the time the fourth quarter rolls around, you have to dial up a lot of different blitzes. You can't just bring 4. You got to bring 5 and 6 and sometimes even 7 guys after him. You're just going to have to do that, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I hope they do. I think having Bateman back would be able to ease some of that off. I think him and Lamar and Bateman, I should say, have the chemistry where 3-step route, turn around, or route. He'll meet him there. Bring up this defense. So, are you familiar with DVOA and the analytics?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's defense adjusted average. Right now, since they began tracking this, from 1978 to 2025, the Cincinnati Bengals have, through 11 games, the worst defense ever recorded. Worst defense ever. If you do not
So,
score 30 points,
yeah.
to me, it could be 30-27 and win. I'm I need more than 30. This has to be like there is no better game right now for this offense to break out and really hit their stride like they did last year. Has to happen.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we're due. We are definitely due for a 30-plus point game, especially on prime time. Right? Do not embarrass us, Ravens, on prime time Thanksgiving. The whole world will be watching, and not just like a regular Monday night football game, Thursday night football game, Sunday night football game. No, everybody in America will have their TV set to NBC, Peacock streaming, whatever, which is, by the way, what the game will be on tomorrow. Everyone's going to be watching. Please do not embarrass us offense. I can't take another game of an insufferable Ravens offense where they're going 3 and out constantly, right? Where they're relying on pass interference penalties to get them down the field and keep them on the field. Can't have that. Can't have that at all. But again, man, biggest key to victory in this one for me is going to be stopping the run and then dealing with the pressure, dealing with the blitz pressure because it's coming. It's coming. I know that's a part of the Bengals game plan in this one. Quick game, quick passes, screens, things like that, slants over the middle. We got to get the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands. The last thing I want is Lamar Jackson getting hit too many times, right? We've already seen he's dealt with a hamstring this year. He's dealt with a knee. He's dealt with an ankle, right? He's dealt with a toe now, right? I don't want to see him pop up with a heel or whatever else, or a quad or whatever else, come Friday morning or next week, right? So keep Lamar clean. Lamar, get the ball out. Get the ball out. And this should be a big Derrick Henry game. Feed Derrick Henry. Feed Keaton Mitchell. Outside runs to Keaton Mitchell. Give it to me, right?
You mentioned screens, Keaton Mitchell, and you brought up, I think, everybody except the tight ends. I want to mention this.
Okay.
Right now, the Bengals have allowed the most receiving yards and touchdowns to tight ends in the league. They've given up 13 touchdowns to tight ends. If there's any game for, I think, likely to get his first touchdown this year, it's this one.
Yeah.
It can happen in the red zone. Lamar scrambles, finds a reliable. Mr. Likely just sat down in coverage, just finds the soft spot. But they've given up over 950 yards receiving the tight ends in 11 games.
Gross.
And 13 touchdowns.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Andrews,
so, yeah,
Likely, Kolar.
Might sprinkle a little bit on an anytime touchdown for Isaiah Likely. We got to see the odds. If it's over plus 400, then maybe, right? We'll have to see. But stick around for the Purple Rain Parlay segment. So, Alex, I want to get your score prediction for this game. Yeah. Who do you think wins, and what do you think the score is going to be?
I will be in the seats for my third straight Joe Burrow in Baltimore hate watch.
Nice.
And it was my third straight victorious hate watch. I have the Ravens winning this. I think the offense, does quote unquote break out. I think they win this game 38-17. I think it is close in the first half. I'm gonna go maybe could be 10 and a half, but I think the offense, just like last week, kind of finds a groove in the second half and runs away with it. And we'll be enjoying our nights on Thanksgiving. I'm trying to be like level-headed and also a fan. But after watching this defense and then just kind of seeing the strides our defense is making against their offense, I like how we match up with them. And I'll get more into that. But yeah, I think Zach has his ball balling 38-17 Ravens.
Got it. I like that. I mean, I hope that the Ravens can put up north of 30 points and almost 40. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. But look, I'm going to go 27-20 in this one for me. I feel like the Ravens do, they start the game a little bit fast. They maybe score an early touchdown, but they end the game with 27 points. The Bengals start to pick it up in the second half. Jamar Chase is probably going to have a touchdown in this one. This disclaimer. So I'm going to go 27-20. It's going to be a little bit close for comfort, and that actually satisfies that line there of -7. So 27-20 for me, and I promise I didn't make my score prediction based off of the line or the spread. I mean, but yeah, that's going to be my score prediction. Make sure you drop your score predictions down below in the chat. If you're part of the hashtag replay gang, shout out to you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, you and your family. Make sure you drop your score prediction down below in the comments section. So, Alex, we kind of said, did you give a bold prediction in this one?
Oh, I'll be happy to give mine.
Okay.
You inspired me to fire up the NFL Pro last night, and I did. Mm-hmm. And I zeroed in on one player that I've been very happy with these past couple of weeks. He is a rookie. He's a second-round pick, and he'll be going against Mr. Orlando Brown Jr. this week. And I've seen him work a couple of pretty good tackles past couple of weeks, and I think he does it again. Mike Green, give me your first strip sack, buddy. I can see it happening. I can see him getting under Orlando Brown Jr.
Come on now.
He's really turned on. This isn't me, hyping up a guy who hasn't a sack yet. You can see him week by week, I think, getting better. He's learning more about himself in the NFL. I think he does it this week, strip sack, Mike Green.
Okay. I know. Listen, man, if Mike Green gets a strip sack on Thanksgiving night with the entire world watching, by the way, he's leading the team in sacks now, like you mentioned on last week's on the episode on Monday, with 2.5 sacks. He's leading the
So
team.
embarrassing.
It's bad. It's bad. Nnamdi Madubuike is still right there on his ass, right? Hasn't played since week 2. It's crazy stuff. But
Trey Jones 1.5. He's played what,
yeah,
2-3 games with us?
yeah. But I mean, I like that though. I like that. I would be very, very encouraged to see something like that. For me, I'm going to go with Joe Burrow in his first game back. You know, I'm sure they're going to be bringing the pressure. The Ravens have been getting more pressure ever since they signed or they traded for Draymond Jones, right? I think their pressure rate has gone up like 10 or 15% or something like that. It's been a noticeable difference on how we're getting after the quarterback. I think Burrow gets a little bit flustered. Again, I think they'll be down in this game. I think he throws a pick. And who do I think he throws a pick to? I think it's going to be Nate Wiggins in this one. Again, I think Nate Wiggins is going to be on Jamar Chase for the majority of this game. And Burrow will be trying to force feed Jamar Chase because where else is he going to go? You know what I mean? There's no T. Higgins, right? So I can see it. I can see it, a deep ball or maybe a pass across the middle or something like that. And Burrow's not really respecting Nate Wiggins like he should. And Nate Wiggins comes out with a pick. Nate Wiggins should have had a pick last week, right? Very first drive of that game for the Jets, he had a pick go right through his hands. Nate Wiggins has talked to the media about how the game is slowing down for him. And, this is what he expected it to feel like, being in the league and dominating the way he is this year. Give me a Nate Wiggins pick for my bold prediction. So
I like it. And I'll tell you this. So right now I'm looking at the weather. A high of 39 degrees tomorrow.
Ooh.
Football weather.
Mm.
Football freaking weather. Derrick Henry. I'm not going to want to tackle him tomorrow. I'll tell you that right now. Trust your holes. I saw the video you put out. Trust your line. I know it's hard to, but if the hole's there, man, you're going to break off 1 or 2 guys and you're going to see nothing but game. So I think the weather plays in our advantage tomorrow. I think come kickoff time, it'll be, what is it here, 32 degrees? 32
Jeez, man. Yeah, it's going to be right at freezing, right? That's the 32 degrees is the temperature for freezing. Anything below is actually freezing. So, yeah, I mean, you make a good point there. Derrick Henry, if you get him going early, right? Get those young, inexperienced linebackers of the Bengals, having to tackle him multiple times early. By the time the third quarter, fourth quarter rolls around, they might not be too keen in trying to run into him, head first, shoulder first, whatever it is, right? So that's another reason why I think that when Keaton Mitchell comes into the game and everybody on the defense kind of exhales like, oh, thank God, we don't have to tackle Derrick Henry on this play. Toss it to Keaton Mitchell, runs right by everybody, gets a touchdown. Keaton Mitchell had a big run last week. That ended up getting called back for a holding. I believe it was on Linderbaum. I can't remember who it was on.
Yep.
Yeah. So, man, again, for me, if I'm gonna give one more bold prediction, give me Keaton Mitchell. Give me 50 plus yards rushing for Keaton Mitchell. I think he breaks off a big one. I don't necessarily know if it'll be a touchdown, but I do think he breaks off a big one. Fuck it. Give me a touchdown, too, for Keaton Mitchell. We're talking bold predictions.
Hold on. Wait a second. 50-plus yards for Keaton Mitchell and a touchdown is plus 1,700.
Ooh. And that could easily hit, is the thing.
That's one play. Genuinely. Yeah. That's one play.
Literally, man. I mean, because they're not going to see it coming. I mean, everybody, of course, these guys who plan the defensive coordinators for the Bengals, they plan for everybody on the Ravens offense that you can throw at them. But again, man, when the game starts going the way it is and Derrick Henry's got like 16, 17 touches, and then you give it to Keaton Mitchell on, I don't know, like on a second and whatever. Give it to Keaton Mitchell when they're thinking pass, give it to him. I think he can break off a big run. So those are going to be our bold predictions for this game. Again, if you have any bold predictions for yourself, leave them down below in the chat. We got to get to the super chat donation here from DWAS. DWAS, appreciate you again, brother, for the super chat donation. He says Craig Wolstad is the referee for Thursday. Any notable games from him?
No, unfortunately, I can't think of any right now.
Okay. Yeah, I
bet.
Okay. Got you. Appreciate you, DWAS, as always. Frank giving his bold prediction in the chat, says Lamar throws 5 touchdowns on Thanksgiving. So Frank, you're predicting a Jackson 5, and I would love to see it. I mean, I think we need to see that. I think Ravens fans deserve that, right? We deserved it against the Dolphins. We almost got it. We didn't get there though. But Thanksgiving night, the whole world watching, what better time, right, Alex?
Boy, wouldn't that be a Thanksgiving treat?
Yeah. Yeah. That would be a treat. I would love that. Let me see. Tila M, one of our members in the chat, says a Zay touchdown. And I see Khalil Bowling also in the chat says another bold prediction. Zay is actually scoring. I would like to see it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would like to see it. You guys know the Monique gif. I would like to see it, right? But I don't see it.
I saw he's top 10 in receiving yards this year, which is honestly surprised me. And he had the least amount of targets on there, which is even more surprising to me. I thought he'd have more targets than some of these guys, but I still need some touchdowns. And I can agree with you there. I do need some touchdowns from him. Sucks that, when we get down there, our line, unfortunately, just kind of forgets how to block, but that's neither here nor there. A touchdown for him tomorrow would do wonders, I think, for his confidence, offensive confidence. But, show me something, guards. I've been saying that. Just show me something. If you don't show me anything, throw Emory Jones in there. I need to see some progression. I'm not asking for going from an F, but go to just a little below average. Let me just see baby steps. And even that's not acceptable. But I need to see something.
Yeah, definitely need to see something from Zay Flowers, some X factor, some explosiveness, right? And not just cutting back and forth for an extra 3 or 4 yards. I need to see some actually get down the field, take the top off of the defense, and score a damn touchdown. Alex, I got one more question for you before we move on to our pick segment. Got one more question for you. Who do you think, if the Ravens were to win this game, as you guys know, it's a Thanksgiving tradition after the game, they go and they eat the turkey legs, right, on camera. Yeah. Outside of Lamar Jackson, who do you think will be side by side with him? Maybe 1 to 2 more players who are going to be eating those turkey legs right next to him tomorrow.
Roquan Smith.
Ooh, okay. I like that. No, I like that.
And then
I think you got to have Henry, right?
Yeah, because then he's like, oh, I don't need this, because then we start talking about his diet, which I can see happening. Like last year, Christmas, he wouldn't eat the velvet cake.
Oh, yeah. And Henry just looks good on camera. I mean, huge guy, right? I mean, with a big turkey leg in his hand, he's not gonna eat it, right? But he might hold it. He might pose for the pictures, whatever, right? I think it could be Henry. I definitely think it'd be Henry.
Who's big Marlon? It's so obviously Marlon. Take away Roquan, Marlon. You're gonna get fantastic social media clips from him.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, man. I mean, Marlon doesn't really strike me as the guy who, the NBC producers are going to be like, hey, go get him to go eat the turkey. They're going to be looking for Lamar. They're going to be looking for Derrick Henry. I think Roquan, like you said, I think that was a good candidate. But Marlon, he'll probably be in the showers getting ready for his IG Live by the time they're doing those interviews, Just saying. Just saying. But I mean, we'll see. But that was fun. Yeah, so Alex,
Tila says if it ain't a glizzy, Marlon won't be there. Oh my god. Or he'll start just rambling how mac and cheese is overrated or something like that. Start calling it cheese doodles.
Yeah, I thought my cornbread take was trash, but if he thinks that macaroni and cheese is overrated, hey man, he might have to see me behind that one. He might have to see me behind that one. That is wild. But Alex, look, man, we got some picks to get into for this week. NFL Week 13. And let me tell you how we did last week. Last week, we were shooting for 70%, right? We were shooting for a 70% hit rate. Me and you actually finished with, even though we had differing picks on a couple different games, me and you both finished 11 for 14, and that's 79% hits. So
that's fantastic.
Man, it is. So I'm thinking we can take it from 70 to 80 this week, right? Just go one step forward, right? What are you thinking?
And you know what? Can you give us some grace for one of the picks? I want to say we both picked the Steelers, correct?
Yes, we did.
At that time, Rodgers was playing. Just going to say that. Because it was throughout the week, he was aiming to play. And it comes out Sunday morning, it's Mason Rudolph. So I'm going to give us some grace there. But outside of that is fantastic from us.
Yeah.
getting better as the weeks go on.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, again, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into our Purple Rain Picks segment.
Yes. All right. 1 o'clock game. Remember, it's a 1 o'clock, not 12:30 for Thanksgiving. And oh, by the way, the Ravens with the patch on the color rush jersey with the John Madden with the same color. Ooh, that looks good. Now,
Yeah.
Packers Lions in Detroit. Lions had a scare last week against the Giants, but that offense is looking a lot better. 7-4, 7-3-1. Give me the Lions to win.
This is a tough one, bro. This is a very, very tough one. Packers looked conservative last week. Lions, we don't really know what their MO is on the season, to be honest with you. But I'm going to take the Packers in this one. It's kind of even. It's kind of neck and neck for me, but I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers in this one.
Okay. It was neck and neck for me, honestly, is the Chiefs and the Cowboys. I'll tell you what, the Cowboys showed me a lot coming back last week. Showed a lot of fight, grit, character. The Chiefs, though, beating one of the best teams, I think, in the Colts at home. This is going to be a good one. I'm going to pick the Chiefs. I think their defense is able to do their best. I think they're going to shut down the run, and they're going to have to rely on CD and picks, but I think they get to Dak, and Dak makes a couple mistakes. So Chiefs win this one in a very close game. This is the Chiefs money line Cowboys type.
What's the spread again?
Well, up for you. It just had it up. It is 3.5.
3.5. Okay, so same as last week with the Colts, and I actually did pick the Chiefs to win last week, but the Colts to cover the spread, and that came to fruition. I'm gonna go with the. This is a tough one, man, because I like how the Cowboys are playing. And it's in Dallas too. Yeah, it's in Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Chiefs. Because they need to keep stacking these wins, right? If they want their playoff hopes to remain alive. So I do have them. Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, they all stepped up in clutch time. I think Travis Kelce probably gets a touchdown in this one. Maybe 2. Maybe he gets his 87th career touchdown to match his jersey number. We'll see. But I'm gonna take the Chiefs to win, Cowboys to cover, like you said.
Like that. Obviously, both Ravens there. Now, our Black Friday game, the Bears and the Eagles in Philly. Bears are looking good, but I did look. Analytics right now has them as one of the worst teams of all time. I've kind of been in analytics dig recently, I'm not going to lie. Eagles, I think they're going to be pushing a win. It's at home at the Link. I think the Eagles will win this.
Yeah, Eagles. I got Eagles all the way in this one. Bears are still kind of like, to me, a little shaky, a little bit on the fence. I don't know exactly how good they are. I know the Eagles, though. I know the Eagles are pissed off right now. People are talking about them, and it was okay when they were winning games, right? But losing that game in that fashion against the Cowboys, they're going to be coming out pissed off on Black Friday. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah. Next up now, the Saints and the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. This one, Dolphins, I mean, they have slim playoff hopes. It's wide open in the AFC. So if they were to win out, or at least win most of their games, they can still make the playoffs. I think they're going to win against the Saints here.
Yeah. Also, give me the Dolphins over the Saints. The Saints are an absolute dumpster fire. The Dolphins can still be a little bit frisky at times. Give me Miami.
Texans, Colts now. CJ Stroud will be back in Indianapolis, which is making me lean towards the Colts. Jonathan Taylor doesn't have back-to-back kind of off weeks. I think he'll kind of ramp up this one, make Jones' life easier, and the Colts win a close one. And let me check the spread real quick for that game. It is 4.5, so I can definitely Colts Tech spread.
And see, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to say Texans win this one. But I do think that the Colts keep it within about 5 points. I think it's going to be close. Again, man, that Texans defense, I think they continue to expose what is this Indianapolis Colts offense, right? I mean, Jonathan Taylor, love him. Of course, had a dud last week. He's getting no favors this week in Houston. You know what I mean? I know it's in Indy, but he's getting no favors again against the Texans, who have one of the best defenses in the league. Give me Houston.
Okay. Falcons, Jets. This is a weird one.
Yeah.
Saints and the Falcons were kind of keeping it close last week. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. I don't trust Tyrod. Give me the Falcons in this one. This is a weird game that I don't think anybody's been paying that much attention to. But yeah, Falcons.
This one is a little frisky. I mean, the Jets were able to make it ugly against the Ravens. The Falcons, no Penix, right? I did predict them to beat the Saints last week. I said that, what's the name? Kirk Cousins would have a legacy game, throw 2 touchdowns. He did. But I think in this one, he takes a little step back. Give me the Jets to win this one.
Okay. All right. All right. Next up, 49ers and the Browns. Shador starting once again against these Niners. I have the 49ers winning this, but I think it's closer than expected. The Raiders, the Niners aren't the Raiders. The spread is 5.5. I like the Niners to cover that, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout by any means. I really don't. But Brock Purdy, after that Monday night game against the Panthers, that first half was ugly, very very ugly. And if I'm the Niners and Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, that contract I just gave him, not looking too pretty.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns to take this one. I am, and I picked against them last week. That was one of the ones we differed on. You picked the Browns. I picked the Raiders last week. But I'm going to take Shador and the Browns. I think that Shador, the confidence that he's going to come into this game with, is going to spark the offense just enough to take out the 49ers. And again, that Browns defense, arguably one of the best in the league. Purdy coming off a 3-interception game. Myles Garrett literally can smell the sack record. He's going to be after him all day long. I think he throws maybe 1 or 2 picks, gets sacked a couple times. Christian McCaffrey, of course, they force feed the hell out of him. I don't think it works as well against the Browns. Give me Cleveland in this one in an upset.
Okay. All right. It won't be an upset. Rams-Panthers in Carolina. Give me the Rams.
Yeah. Give me the Rams. Super Bowl contenders right there.
Jags-Titans. Give me the Jags. They will be 8-4 and 8-4 team. I'll be honest with you, wouldn't be scared of. I'd be wanting to play them in the playoffs. They last week Trevor Lawrence threw 3 picks. They somehow squeaked by the Cardinals. Yeah, Jags to beat the Titans.
Definitely Jags over the Titans. At this point, the Titans, they're banking on having that first overall pick in the draft. So give me the Jags.
Cardinals, Bucks. The Bucks aren't looking too hot.
Right.
But the Cardinals, they're staying in games. I could see this being an upset, but I think the Bucks are really pushing, and even Teddy Bridgewater, I think Buck Irvin's coming back. They should at least be able to handle their own against them. So give me the Buccaneers, but in a close one.
Yeah, I'm also going to go. Wait, you said the Bucks and who? I'm sorry.
The Cardinals.
Oh, Cards. Right. Yeah, give me the Bucks in this one. I think that they do bounce back. The Cardinals, they're one of those teams where, they're already talking about where will Kyler Murray play next year. I think if I were him, I'm going to Major League Baseball. I'm gonna make a bag over there, risk my body a whole lot less, and I can still play my Call of Duty. I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna fade the Cardinals in this one.
Yes. Vikings, Seahawks. Not thinking too hard. Seahawks.
Yeah. J. McCarthy. Wait, who's for the Vikings quarterback?
I think it's McCarthy. I think he's clear protocol.
I thought he had a concussion. Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to also fade the Vikings in this one, too. You said they're playing the Seahawks, right?
Yep, in Seattle.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Give me Mike McDonald.
Here we go. Here's a 425 game for you. Bills and Steelers in Pittsburgh. 2 teams coming off of losses. Aaron Rodgers is back. Bills got embarrassed by the Texans. I know this, the scoreline wasn't indicative of the game, but 8 sacks on Josh Allen, who isn't hard to bring down. Bad picks, just bullied at the point of attack. Versus Steelers, who had it in the North and somehow just choked that embarrassingly. Give me the Bills. I don't really pick against the Steelers like that because I know what team they are, but it looked like a good team. Their defense let the Bears run on them, and the same Ravens defense who was letting guys run over us, we stopped them. So that tells me a lot. This defense for the Steelers has a lot of money invested, a lot of resources, and it still finds a way to have holes in it. Bills in this one to bounce back.
I'm going to take the Steelers in this one. I know I took the Steelers last night. It came back, not last night, last week. It came back to bite me in the ass. But I feel like this Bills team, I know that they just signed with Brandon Cooks today, I want to say. Yeah. They know they're in trouble, bro. They know they're in trouble. They know that, they probably aren't going to win their division, right? And they're reeling a little bit. They're struggling offensively. I mean, obviously bringing in extra receiver help, Brandon Cooks. You got Keon Coleman as a healthy scratch. If James Cook doesn't absolutely go nuclear, then what does that game really look like? And running backs normally don't go nuclear against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm gonna go with the Steelers in this one.
Okay, all right. Raiders Chargers. I'm not thinking too hard about this one. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna go with the Chargers too. Raiders are just, man. You thought that they would have been a lot better this year than they are, but they're just not, man. Give me the Chargers. They're spiraling. The Raiders are.
Wish this game, teams were healthy, but they aren't. Broncos, Commanders, Broncos.
Yeah, definitely Broncos in this one. I think Jaden Daniels is getting close to coming back. I've heard some remnants.
Yes.
He posted a meme or a picture the other day of the Dark Knight. I don't know if you guys know The Dark Knight Rises. I just watched that movie a couple of weeks ago. Rewatched it, that is. There was like a cave that Batman had to climb out of when he got hurt. And once he climbed out of the cave, he was able to go beat Bane and win the day. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos in this one. But I do think that Jaden Daniels coming back. Of course, the Commander season is over, but maybe next week I'll go with the Commanders. But for this one, I'm going with Denver.
Then finally, Giants Patriots to wrap us up. Keep Patriots December 1st, 8:15. Crazy, just first game in December. I'm still kind of not completely sold on them. I want to see how their line looks without
Will Campbell,
Luke Holcomb, Brian Burns. They're not. And so how Drake May looks against them. I think Jackson Dart plays this week. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
he may have a chance, but I think Jameis Winston's not. He'll go out and put out a fight. He'll be funny as hell doing it. Might catch a touchdown. Might run for a touchdown. Might throw one. Who knows? Yeah, give me the Patriots in this.
Hey, man, that touchdown that Jameis Winston caught, man. I mean, Jameis Winston has to be probably the most likable player in the league. I mean, how can you not like this guy? I mean, yeah, he stole some crab legs in college. Who cares, right? Who gives a crap? I mean, college players now are making millions of dollars. And he didn't even steal them. Somebody just gave him free crab legs. I think they hooked him up with some free crab legs, right? And they killed him for that. Meanwhile, kids today are making millions. But either way, I'm going to fade the Giants in this one, man. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Yeah, and there it is. Week 12? Week 13? What was it, week 13?
Week 13, yeah.
Week
we're
13,
getting through the season.
NFL. Our picks, there it is.
Yeah. So, do we, wait, here. Make sure we got Alex. Yeah, there we go. All right, so those are our picks for this week. Of course, if you want to gamble on those picks, of course, tell responsibly. But now is really time to make a little bit of money, right? A little bit of money, right? The Purple Rain Parlay segment, just full disclosure, didn't hit last week. We hit on Lamar Jackson under rushing yards. We did not hit on Mark Andrews over receiving yards. He only had one stinking catch last week. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I kind of want to stay away from Mark Andrews this week for that very reason. But we're looking to bounce back this week. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into our Purple Rain Parlay segment. Wait a minute. Let's make sure. There we go.
Yes. So starting us off, over unders real quick. Lamar Jackson rushing. I know you were probably going to ask it. It's 25.5. I know that was kind of a freebie these past couple of weeks. That's slow for him. I'm not going to throw it. I don't know if you want to take it straight. I think he'll hit 25.5. I just can't see him running that like that this game.
I can't see him running like that either. Based off of what we've seen the past couple of weeks, I'm so comfortable. I'm so down taking the under still on Lamar Jackson rushing yards. I am.
Cool. Okay. Here's another one. Zay Flowers, 4.5 rushing yards. Flowers has props for rushing.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where like you're gonna get one, maybe two opportunities at it. I don't like the volume in that one. And Zay Flowers, he can get, like, defenses tend to sniff that out. They talk about that in the film room all week. Hey, look, if Zay Flowers is in motion, whether we're in man or zone, keep an eye on him. He might get the football. I don't like that one.
Let's see. We have Keith Mitchell at 22.5 rushing yards.
Yeah. Now, if we're parlaying this, I don't know if I like the 22.5 rushing yards if we're parlaying it, right?
Okay.
Because we want to chase volume.
All
The
right.
lotto, again, 50 plus rushing
Yeah.
yards and a
Yeah.
touchdown. That's a lot. That's a good
There you
lotto.
go.
But
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Yeah. So let's go to receiving. Over under
Okay.
yards. Jamar Chase at 92.5. Wow. Zay
Wow.
Flowers 65.5. Andrews 40.5. I know you want to stay away. Mike Gesicki 33.5. Yoshavas 33.5. Isaiah Likely 23.5. And none for Mr. Bateman. Nothing on here yet from him.
These are some nasty lines. I what are you thinking on this one?
I think Likely hits. I think he's going to hit his over of. I think we'll have two catches, and one of them will be maybe Lamar kind of scrambling and just finding him downfield. This to me is screaming a Likely game. I'm not sure. Usually it's Andrews in these type of games, but I just feel it with him for some reason. You don't have to take it. That's just me kind of just talking with my heart and not my mind.
No, but I like that though because, like you said, I mean, Bengals absolute ass versus tight ends. Of course, priority number one when it comes to tight ends for the Bengals defense is going to be Mark Andrews. So I do think that Likely can get lost in translation, lost in the zone, sit himself down. What's his reception line at? Is it 1.5?
2.5.
I would have easily
Yeah.
taken the 1.5.
Yeah.
And you said the receiving yards is 20 something, right?
23.5 at minus 114.
Mm.
Yeah.
How about we do this? Because we already have Lamar under rushing yards. How about we take the Ravens spread, right? You have a -7.
Okay.
I have a -7.
I
Let's
do.
take a -7. Yeah.
I do. Cool. There we go. So that's at plus 206, and maybe one more leg.
Yeah.
Passing touchdowns for Lamar at 1.5 set.
And
Burrow
what are
is
the odds on
minus
that this week?
138. Burrow's
Um,
minus 138 for over 1.5. Lamar's minus 230, which
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
They keep doing this.
Yeah.
They keep doing this. He's got no
Yeah.
touchdowns the last 2 games. Give us a break. Give us a good deal, right? God damn.
Yeah. Touchdown scores. Derrick Henry minus 230. Mark Andrews plus 100. Zay Flowers plus 120. Please stay away from that. That's not good value at all.
Terrible.
Plus 120 is for a guy who has 1 touchdown. Isaiah Likely plus 220 for a guy who has no touchdown. Lamar Jackson plus 220 for a guy who literally has not ran. D-Hop plus 320. Bateman plus 320. Mitchell plus 370. One thing I'm looking at, if you want to put like $1 or so, Tez Walker's plus 1,800. I think you can get one, but just
that's a single bet sprinkle sort of thing.
Yeah, just I like those odds though.
I like. You said Derrick Henry minus 230.
Yes,
I like that as a little drizzle on the top of this parlay.
Okay.
What would that bring us to?
plus 302.
I like that. And again, because I think that Derrick Henry in the red zone, which the Ravens will inevitably reach, they're going to this week utilize Patrick Ricard a lot more than they did last week. There was one instance last week where in the red zone, first through third down, they did not have Patrick Ricard on the field. And the first 2 downs, they ran Derrick Henry without Ricard, and they went nowhere. So I think in this one, they'll learn from their mistakes. They're going to put Ricard on the field when if they're within the 10 or the 5. Henry's going to score. He's going to score. He's also been catching the ball recently. I don't think he scores off a reception, but I do think he has a rushing touchdown. So I like that. Give me a rushing touchdown for Derrick Henry.
There you go.
Anytime touchdown.
So to wrap it all up, Lamar Jackson under 25.5 yards rushing. Ravens spread of 7, and then Derrick Henry anytime touchdown score. And then for a nice plus 1,700 lotto, Keaton Mitchell 50 yards and Keaton Mitchell anytime touchdown score.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that. I think we should go ahead and lock that one in. So that is going to be our Purple Rain parlay segment. And of course, as you guys can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, please gamble responsibly. All right. So this has been a wonderful Thanksgiving edition of the Purple Rain podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming through, and we're thankful. From on behalf of me and Alex, we're thankful for everybody who has supported the show for the 5 years that we've been doing it and counting, right? We appreciate all of you guys for every like, every subscription, every membership, every donation, all of those things, right? Every retweet, every like on our post on social media.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of those things, and we're thankful for you listening to this episode. Alex, I'm thankful for you as well. And yeah,
Likewise.
yes,
We
sir,
go in
yes,
here
sir.
2 times a week, talk ball. Don't get much better than that.
Exactly, man. It's a blessing. So it's been a good one. You guys make sure you enjoy your time with family this year. You know, be present with family, and then also reach out to those people who the holidays aren't necessarily the best for, because those people do exist. And if that is you, you know, shout out to you as well. We're thankful for you. Please, please, please do your best to enjoy this holiday. And again, be present. My name is Sutton Def. You can find
Yes.
me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. You can find Simply on Twitter at SimplyAS10, on Instagram at SimplyAS10.prod. This is the Purple Rain Podcast, episode 355, the T Sizzle episode. And with that being said, I'm going to let my guy Alex take us out.
I could just really back what you said. Be present. This thing right here. I know about the game tomorrow. I'm gonna try to live in the moment. I am definitely a victim of going on Twitter mid game, kind of saying how I feel, but living in the moment and being present is I think something that we don't value enough. So when you're around family, and you don't know how many more holidays you have with them. So
Mhm.
just definitely enjoy it, and like you said, man, just be thankful. Yeah, thank you for y'all. Thank you for episode 355 of the Purple Rain Podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. As always, stay positive and test freaking negative.
Yes, yes, yes. And never, ever, ever forget, even on the rainiest of days, to call God. This has been episode 355 of PRP. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.